Hi folks, it's John from lastchanceautorestore.com. We have another update for you. This is the 1958 Volkswagen Bus Transporter van. In an earlier video, we shared with you on the driver's side of this van where the guys had replaced that complete side with a new panel, the back corner below the tail light, and then this partial floor, which I think the camera person can just come this way for a moment. You can see the half floor. So we purchased from our Volkswagen supplier these panels, and these are the best quality that we could find. They're German made. I believe they're pressed from genuine Volkswagen equipment. So it's very, very thick metal, and they're ribbed correctly. So in an earlier video we talked about that sidewall, making the lower pockets, the rocker panels, the outriggers, and the jack post. So that whole complete driver's side's done, and they just tack welded that half of the floor, which would be the driver's side or the left side of the floor. A lot more progress has taken place since then. So what they've done, same thing as the other side, where they've drilled out every single factory spot weld, and especially along this top rail. I think the camera person, yes, if she comes around that side and shows you all those holes all the way along there, hopefully she can see those. That's exactly the way the factory spot welded this lower quarter panel, or the lower half quarter panel, to the upper panel. So we want to make sure that we do it in the same locations. So the guys drilled all of those out, ground everything smooth. Same thing for this back panel. You can see where this has all been cleaned up now. So they drilled all the spot welds out of there. And I wouldn't want the guys to count how many, but incredible amount. There's probably about 50 or so just along here. And so then they cut off, and you recall in the earlier video, this was all punched in quite hard and extremely rusty. So that whole corner was cut out and removed. And then this is a really nice replacement panel, once again, German quality. So the guys have tack welded that in place. You'll notice just subtle things. The factory, the way they have the gap or the spacing between the two, you can say the same thing here. So we've got this panel lined up exactly the way it should be. And then they've got all these holes drilled out. So what we'll do, same thing as the other side, is next, what we'll do is we're going to media blast or sand blast all of these welded areas here. So we're going to sandblast all that and prepare it for the new panel. So we have an exact replacement panel that has matching louvers that will go in here. So it replicates the exact copy of what they made in '58. And then you have your fuel filler door, which will be on here. And we've got the original neck. So what they've done, not only did they remove that and prepare it all, but you can see we have a new inner panel. And it's very common for them to corrode, and for some reason they rust more on this right rear than they do the left rear, and I have no answer why that is, but there is not much metal there at all. It was pretty much rotted, so the guys just cut it across. Once again, a really nice reproduction piece, and then they've been doing some repair work and preparing for this inner rocker panel. This is the outer rocker panel that they'll be fitting on soon. This is the inner rocker panel that closes off that inner section. So you can see so they have the new panel for the wheel well, and then they've replaced some components here. So we made these extensions. So instead of buying complete rails, the guys just cut off where it was rotted. We made one from scratch. So we have that in place. And then same thing along here. Instead of buying the complete rail, we were able just to cut out the section that was rotted. We made two pieces, and then we've welded it in and made the bends. So now they're just fitting everything to make sure it's square, and they'll take some measurements. And you can see where they've made extensions here for this pocket, because there's nothing really holding this right now. That was all rotted away. So we've made this new piece. They'll dry fit and line everything up, and then they'll weld that in, the reinforcement part, before the outer rocker panel goes on and before the outriggers go on. So lots of progress. So now that they have the back corner done, after that's sandblasted, then we'll dry fit that quarter panel, the new piece, and then we'll have this lower outer rocker panel, and then we'll be ready to do the other half of the floor. So tons of progress. This is the 1958 Volkswagen Bus. I thank you for watching. I'm John from lastchanceautorestore.com.